Ladies and gentlemen, James Lane here, and if you aren't paying attention, now is the time to pay attention because, folks, the Department of Homeland Security has put out one of those terrorism advisory thingies, those messages they put out when they think bad things are going to happen. And who did they talk about? Did they talk about Antifa? No, of course they didn't. Black Lives Matter? Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Homeland Security is saying that the right is responsible for whatever may happen in the next few weeks. Folks, nothing's probably going to happen. If anything happens at all, it'll probably be from the left, but we need to talk about it, and you need to hear what the DHS had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, things are getting a little wacky. We can definitely say that. There's an entire group of low information, uninformed, ignorant people in this country that think that the right are a bunch of racists and white supremacists. They don't realize that their Democratic Party has changed the definitions on them and is feeding them buckets and buckets of Kool-Aid, folks. They don't. But what can you do? All you can do, folks, is get the truth out. That's the most important thing. That's the big deal that we need to understand out of all of these things we do. Every piece of information I put out, whether it's entertainment or whether it's straight news that I'm trying to get across to you, because I think it's important. It's important that you understand what is happening so that you can not only defend yourself, but that you can go forward and know how you need to operate in this changing landscape where the Department of Homeland Security has issued a national terrorism advisory taking shots at conservative media and Trump supporters. Folks, they also admit that they have no information to indicate any actual plot whatsoever. Folks, this is Christina Layla, the Gateway Pundit. This is real. You can look it up. It comes right from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. We're going to start reading. This is all political theater. The Department of Homeland Security on Wednesday issued a national terrorism advisory to last several weeks. Quote, there's currently a heightened threat environment across the United States that is likely to persist over the next coming weeks. The DHS bulletin said before admitting that they had no information to indicate a specific credible plot. The DHS took a veiled shot, though, at Trump supporters and conservative media outlets, even though the only violence since Biden's inauguration has been far-left Antifa members and BLM in Seattle, Tacoma, and Portland. And that's true, folks. I live in Washington. I am about 40 minutes south of Seattle, but you'd say maybe 15, 20 minutes away from Tacoma. It's not very far. Not very far. And there BLM was, because they swarmed a cop car. Antifa swarmed a cop car. And the cop, fearing for what was possibly about to happen to him, knowing that cops have been killed by these groups, drove. He drove through to escape with his life. So they rioted. They rioted, broke, and burned Tacoma, folks. And they've been doing it in Seattle. They've been doing it in Portland. Come on. A year now? A year now, folks. But the narrative is that it's all the right. Look at these guys. And who are they attacking, by the way? They're attacking Democrat buildings, of course. They're burning American flags. Quote, we remain concerned that individuals frustrated with the exercise of governmental authority and the presidential transition, as well as other perceived grievances and ideological causes fueled by a false narrative, could continue to mobilize a broad range of ideologically motivated actors to incite or commit violence. The Biden administration is using the military and the might of U.S. law enforcement agencies to intimidate and silence anyone who believes the Democrats stole the 2020 election. Folks, these people in the administration and controlling these agencies are trying to scare the low information folks of this country. They have to have people believe in their narrative for it to be real. Like the fairy Tinkerbell or Pixie or whatever she is from the Captain Hook filled Dreams of Peter Pan. Clap if you believe in fairies. Clap if you believe in fairies, folks. You have to believe in an ideology for it to be real. And the left is pushing it down everybody's throat that is susceptible to this type of influence and manipulation. All right. And it paints 75, 80 plus million Americans in this country as terrorists. Even though the left can do whatever they want to destroy buildings, hurt livelihoods, hurt people, hurt children. These left-wing groups are terrorist organizations, folks. Terrorist organizations. Where was this National Terrorism Advisory last summer when BLM and Antifa were murdering people, razing buildings to the ground, looting and rioting? And folks, that's the absolute truth. That is this article. It's not long. It's pretty short, but it's the truth. All right. And you have to know what they're doing. This is our government. Our government is saying that you are a bad, bad person, that you are evil, that you may be racist, and people like you may do violence and harm. And they aren't mentioning anything or anyone on the left. The hypocrisy is beyond outrageous. That's why I'm not screaming or yelling or anything. That's why I'm very mellow and calm, because we're used to this by now, aren't we? Maybe that's what they've conditioned us to be, used to this. Why else would they be pushing this on us for months and months and months unless the repetition was meant to become habit and was meant to become programming? Have they been programming us right under our noses? Folks, the Department of Homeland Security is calling a giant portion of people, a broad blanket brush, all Trump supporters and non-elitists on the right could possibly be terrorists. How is that acceptable? How is that right? How is this not bothering anyone? And think about that. That's where I'm going with this. That's why I'm wondering if they've been just pumping this nonsense into us for months and months and months, just so they could act on these horrible, horrible things and commit horrible, horrible crimes. And no one would do a thing about it because by this point, we're used to it. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Look, obviously this is bad stuff. And obviously this paints a very bad picture of mostly good people. Are there extremists? Of course there are. And any extremist from any side of the road politically should be prosecuted to the utmost extent of the law when they commit a crime. But folks, for the people caught in the middle, especially those on the right that haven't done anything wrong, the 99.99% of us that are good, wonderful people, this is a warning. This is a wake-up call. And we need to keep exercising our First Amendment rights, opening our mouths, working together, teaming up, taking care of each other and our communities so that these things, when they come up, people know about them. The flow, the pathway of information is open. We saw what they did to Parler. I don't doubt that they could shut down anything they wanted to at any given time, depending on the severity of how awake this country is. So, folks, keep waking up. Keep waking your friends and neighbors, family up. Keep waking businesses up. Keep in mind who thinks like-minded, who is for a free America. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at a very weird time in this country, a very strange intersection right at the crossroads. Could it go in certain directions we don't want it to go? Sure. Is it going to get a little hairier for a couple years? Probably. But folks, stay informed. All right? Stay informed. Get enlightened. Get empowered. All right? Do what you've got to do to keep your chin up and keep spreading the word and taking care of each other, folks. We'll get through this. We'll get the government back in order. We'll bring this country back to balance the right way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, whatever platform you're watching this on, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave a comment, and share. There's some new platforms out there. Go to Odyssey, ODYSEE.com, ODYSEE.com. Look me up, American_Reveille, REVEILLE, American_Reveille, and please follow me. It's the little heart button in the upper right corner. Follow me there. It's the next YouTube, and they are good with the right. They're cool with conservatives. They don't screw with our free speech. All right, folks? So get over to Odyssey. All right. Do me another favor. Head over to the website, www.americanreveille.com. All right, folks. Hit the sign up button. Subscribe for the mailing list. That's how we're going to be getting news out from here forward. We've been doing it on a pretty much daily basis while social media has been all funky and weird. And also, we're going to be expanding street teams across the country. So if anyone's interested in helping out in their city or hometown, spreading the word about the American Reveille and the American Reveille podcast, please let me know. Hit me up, JAMESLANE at AmericanReveille.com. Thank you again so much for listening and watching, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, JAMESLANE here, and thank you for watching that clip. Folks, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much that we're going to be going old school and finding ways to hit the street in a town or city near you. What do I mean by hit the street? I mean street team, folks. Old school 90s lanyards, pamphlets, stickers, and there's going to be a special surprise for all those who participate. Folks, if you want early in to what you're hearing, if you want to know more about what I'm talking about there, do me a favor, email me directly, JAMESLANE at AmericanReveille.com. That's JAMESLANE at AmericanReveille.com. There's going to be a very, very special secret benefit to those who want to participate. Besides that, head to the website. You see it right there on the screen, www.americanreveille.com. That's www.americanreveille.com. You see that big green button? It says sign up. Hit that button, folks. Sign up for the American Reveille newsletter. Sign up for Project Underground Railroad. What this is going to do is, while Parler's down, while everything's a fritz, while people don't know what up is and what down is, what left is and what right is, I'm going to give you some daily updates, keep your mind in the right track, the right frame, keep you headed in the right direction, and update you on how we are organizing, working together, and building a coalition of like-minded individuals. Folks, big things are coming, and they are going to be magnificent, and I want you to be a part of them. So please keep informed. Sign up for the newsletter at www.americanreveille.com. If you're still with me, if you still want to help out, do me another great favor. Head over to Rumble, folks, www.rumble.com, and find me there, American Reveille. The name itself is American Reveille put together on the channel. So American, Reveille, if you search for it. One word, all right? American Reveille. And subscribe there. We're trying to build a base there. We're trying to get off YouTube and some of the other places that are cutting our distribution. We've already been shadow banned off of Facebook, off of Twitter, off of everywhere else. But folks, I'm not some kid. I'm not some quitter. I'm one of you. I'm a blue-collar, white-knuckle American, a calloused hand, hard-working SOB. And they ain't going to kill me off of that easy, folks. So we're going to go old school, like I said, and we're going to have more news about that coming very, very soon. Again, thank you so much for watching that great clip, and make sure you tune in next time. Bye.